Jake Morrison's 18-wheeler rolled through the Arizona desert at 2 a.m., headlights cutting through the darkness of Interstate 40. The CB radio crackled with other drivers' conversations, but Jake wasn't listening. His mind was somewhere else in the story that had been living in his head for 3 years. At every truck stop from California to Carolina, while other drivers slept or watched TV in the lounges, Jake sat in his cab with a battered laptop, typing, scene by scene, dialogue by dialogue, a screenplay about something Hollywood had never seen, the real America he witnessed from behind the wheel of his Peterbilt, not the glamorous coastal cities, not the fantasy version. The truck stops at 3 a.m., the small-town diners where waitresses knew everyone's name, the forgotten highways where real Americans lived, worked, and dreamed. Jake had driven 2.3 million miles across this country. He'd seen stories Hollywood executives in their Malibu offices couldn't imagine. His screenplay, The Long Haul, told the story of a father and daughter reconnecting during one final cross-country delivery before his retirement. Simple, human, real. After 18 months of writing during rest stops and rewrites in parking lots, Jake had something he believed in, a complete 116-page screenplay. His wife Linda thought he was crazy. "You're a trucker, not a writer," she'd said, not meanly, but practically. "What do you know about Hollywood?" Everything and nothing, Jake thought. He'd never been to film school, never taken a screenwriting class, but he'd consumed every screenwriting book the library had. He'd studied movie structure while waiting to load cargo. He'd learned formatting between deliveries. His first attempt at getting the script read was almost comically naive. He'd mailed it actually printed and mailed it to Creative Artists Agency in Los Angeles with a cover letter introducing himself as a trucker with a story to tell. 6 weeks later, it came back unopened. A form letter explained they don't accept unsolicited manuscripts. Rejection 1. Jake tried a different approach. He researched production companies, found email addresses, sent query letters describing his screenplay. Most went unanswered. 3 responded with polite passes. "Not what we're looking for right now." Rejections 2, 3, and 4. He attended a screenwriting conference in Dallas, spending $600 he'd saved from overtime runs. The instructor, a former development executive, reviewed his first 10 pages during a group session. "This reads like someone who's never been to LA wrote it," the instructor said. The room laughed. "The dialogue is too ... authentic. Real people don't talk like this." Jake felt his face burn. "Real people talk exactly like this. Not in movies they don't," the instructor replied dismissively, moving on to the next script. Rejection 5. But Jake wasn't built to quit. 23 years driving trucks had taught him something Hollywood types didn't understand. Persistence beats talent when talent doesn't persist. You don't give up when you hit traffic. You find another route. He revised, tightened, improved, found a small management company in Nashville, willing to read his script for a $200 fee. They passed. Lacks the commercial appeal studios are looking for. Rejection 12. He entered screenplay competitions. Most he never heard back from. One semi-finalist placement gave him hope, but no producer calls came. Rejections 15 through 23. 2 years into this journey, Jake had racked up 31 rejections. His wife suggested maybe it was time to accept that trucking was his calling, not screenwriting. His buddies at the truck stops asked when he'd give up this Hollywood nonsense, but something had shifted in Jake. Every rejection made him study harder. He analyzed why scripts succeeded. He read Hollywood trade publications at rest areas. He listened to screenwriting podcasts during long hauls. Each no was data, not defeat. Rejection 37 came from a producer who at least gave feedback. "Your structure is solid, your characters are compelling, but studios want stories about people they understand, not truckers." That one stung differently. Not because it was harsher, but because it was honest. Hollywood didn't want authentic American stories. They wanted their version of America. Jake almost quit then, almost deleted the file and accepted that some dreams stayed dreams. Then his daughter Emily called. She'd just graduated college with $80,000 in debt and no job prospects. "I feel like such a failure, Dad," she said, crying. "I did everything right and I'm still losing." "You're not losing," Jake told her. "You're just in the middle of your story. The best characters don't win in Act 2. That's when they're supposed to struggle." After he hung up, Jake stared at his laptop. His own words echoed back at him. He was in Act 2 of his own story. This was supposed to be hard. He kept going. Rejection 41 came from a boutique agency in Austin. But this time the agent wrote back personally, "I'm passing, but I shouldn't. This is good, really good. It's just not commercial enough for my client list. But don't stop." That single line of encouragement fueled Jake for 6 more months and 6 more rejections. Then came number 47, an independent production company in Atlanta. Jake had queried them months earlier and forgotten about it. They passed with the usual vague reasons. Jake sat in his truck cab outside a Walmart distribution center in Memphis, staring at that 47th rejection email. 3 years, 47 no's. Thousands of dollars spent on conferences, competitions, and consultants. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe a trucker from Oklahoma had no business trying to break into Hollywood. He was about to close the laptop when another email appeared. The subject line read, "The long HAUL query." A producer named Sarah Chen from Waypoint Pictures, a mid-size independent production company in Los Angeles, had somehow gotten his script. She didn't say how. Later, Jake would learn that the Austin agent who'd encouraged him had quietly passed it to a colleague who passed it to Sarah. Her email was 3 sentences. "Just finished the long haul. This is the most authentic American story I've read in 5 years. Call me." Jake's hands shook as he dialed. Sarah answered on the second ring. She didn't waste time with pleasantries. "I want to option your screenplay. I want to make this movie. And I want you involved in the production as a consultant, because Hollywood needs to get this story right." 8 months later, The Long Haul began filming in Oklahoma with a modest $8 million budget. Not a blockbuster by Hollywood standards. But Sarah had assembled a perfect cast, a respected character actor as the father, an unknown but brilliant young actress as the daughter. The movie premiered at Sundance. Standing ovation. Distribution deal signed within 24 hours. When The Long Haul hit theaters nationwide, it shocked everyone. Critics called it the most honest American film in a decade. Audiences connected with its authenticity. Word of mouth exploded. The $8 million indie film grossed $127 million domestically and earned 3 Oscar nominations. Jake Morrison, the trucker from Oklahoma, who'd been rejected 47 times, attended the Academy Awards. He didn't win, but he walked that red carpet next to actors and directors who used to be unreachable gods. More importantly, he'd proven something Hollywood had forgotten. The best American stories come from Americans who live them, not from people who imagine them in writing rooms. Studios called. His second screenplay sold for 7 figures, but Jake never forgot those 47 rejections. He kept every email, every form letter, every dismissive response in a folder on his laptop, not as souvenirs of pain, but as proof that persistence beats privilege. That talent from truck stops is just as valid as talent from film schools. That the American dream still works if you're stubborn enough not to quit. Jake Morrison now splits his time between writing and occasional long hauls. Because those highways, those truck stops, those conversations at 3 a.m. diners, that's where the real stories are. Hollywood just needed someone who'd actually lived them to write them down.